All right, guys, we're doing review today, page 22. So you'll notice the first problems, we've seen problems like this before because this is review. We've seen problems like all of these before. We're going to split this review into 2 days. Today, just do page 22. So the first ones, they say, oh, hey, we got this big number. You should be looking at page 22 while you watch this video too. So pause and get your book if you need to. Okay, this big number on 1, they say the 5 stands for what? And then the next one they say, and this big number, 23,067, the value of the digit in the 10,000s place is what? So when they talk about stands for or value, they mean like what is that digit if you were to pull it out? Pull out that digit, how much is it? So like if I was to pull out that 6, what does it stand for? What's the value? They mean the same thing. That 6, it's not 6, right? Because it's in the ones, tens, it's the 100 place. It's 600. So the value is 600, or what it stands for is 600. Or the 9, that 9's not just a 9, right? The digit's a 9, but what it stands for, or what the value is, let's see, it's in the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s place. How many 10,000s? 9. 9 in the 10,000s place. And when you write it out, check your work, count them back, and make sure you're in the right spot. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. That's the same thing. 8 in the 100,000s place. So it's 800,000. Did I get it right? Let's see. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Same thing. So that's how you do problem number 1. Just think about it. Stands for value. They're just talking about pull it out and how much do you have? If you pull out that 6, you've got 600. If you pull the 9, you've got 90,000. So they all have place value. That's what we're talking about, place value. The 9's not a 9, it's 90,000. It stands for 90,000. So that's stuff we've done before. But just think about when they say stands for value, that's what they mean. Number 2, well, you can do this one, the first one, 90,000 plus 5,000 plus 50 plus 2. So the 9's going to go in the 10,000 spot. What's going to go in the 1,000 spot? 5. What's going to go in the 10 spot? 5. What's going to go in the 2 spot? 2. So that one you can do. Just think about, where do I put my zeros? Because like for instance, they don't say anything about hundreds here, do they? So there's 0 hundreds. It's like you have 0 $100 bills. So be careful of that one. The next one, this is where it gets kind of tricky though. So I want to do a problem like this. When you see double digits for when they're talking about 10,000s or hundreds or tens, that's when it gets a little confusing, and I would write the whole number out and then add it up. So when it says 94 10,000s, what they mean is 94, and that's going to be in the 10,000 spot, the 4. So when you have 2 digits like that, 94, the second digit is in the 10,000 spot. Because we don't just have 4 10,000s, right? We've got 94. And then you want to have the right amount of zeros. So let's see, I know there's a 1,000 spot, a 100 spot, a 10 spot, and a 1 spot. And I can count in the back to be sure. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So just that 94 10,000s, it actually looks like this. So you could say, yeah, it's 94 10,000s. It's also read as 940,000. So that's a little bit confusing, but they're trying to get you to think about, you can have more than just 10,000s, but then it plops over the other number. Or what about this one, the 80 hundreds? 80, that 0 is going to be in the 100 spot. Because we don't just have 0 hundreds, we have 80 of them, but that's a 100 spot. So then you think, okay, 100 spot, 10 spot, 1 spot. And once you get them all, you can add them up. 70 tens, 70, the zero's in the 10 spot. So you've got a 10 spot and then a 1 spot. Once you add them up, you'll get it right. Same kind of problem, the next one. So I'm going to let you do that one. And then you see a problem like this, where it says the greatest 6-digit even number with 4 in the 10,000s place and all digits different. So it's 6 digits, right? So I might even give myself 6 of these. It's like hangman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4's in the 10,000s place. Okay. 1s, 10s, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. All the digits are different and it's even. So if it's even, it means that last digit you can count by 2's for. 2, 4, 6, 8. 0, which would mean like 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So if it's going to be a really big number, I'm guessing you probably want to put a 9 there because that has the most value. These are like, you know, each one has its own value and it stands for something. This one, this digit here, stands for 100,000s, right? So that's the big one. Then 10,000s, thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones are the tiniest. 100,000s are the biggest. So when I put my numbers down, they all have to be different because it says all digits are different. So I'd put an 8 somewhere and a 7 somewhere. So think about the ones over here, these digits on the left are big, valuable digits. They're like $100,000 bills, $10,000 bills. And eventually get down here the $1 bills. And it kind of doesn't matter how many $1 bills you have. What really matters is how many $100,000 bills you have. So put your big numbers over here. And the next one is similar, where they say it's going to be another 6-digit number, but the smallest one you can think of. And it's going to be odd. So this one's going to be odd number here, and this one's even. Odds are like 1s, 3s, 5s, 7s, 9s. And there's going to be a 9 in the 100 spots. They told us that. So there's that 9, comma, between thousands and hundreds. And 4 in the thousands. Oh, wow, they even told me that. And then here's a little number. So I put so if you want to, like the least amount of money possible, you'd be talking about the least amount of these giant bills. Because you don't want to have a whole bunch of big bills. You want to have a little bit because you want to have less money for this one. That's a head start for those two. And then this last one, number 3, says continue the patterns. So just be looking at what number's changing. So for this first one, it says 79,325, 79,225, 79. Which one's changing? This go down. So if something's going down like that, and getting smaller and smaller, I'll do one say like 64,235. And then the next one will be 64,125. And then, so notice how it's going, this time it's going down there. 2 turns to 1, and then 64,025, which turns to 0. Well, what's going to be the next one? This is the hard part. And here's my hint, you guys. Well, you already kind of know it's going to go, numbers keep going down, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that 0 becomes like a 10, and it goes 9, 8, 7. So if you were to think of it as, instead of just 2, 1, 0, if you were to think of it as like 42, 41, 40, what comes right below 40? 39. And then what? 38. So So you could think of it as 2 digits sometimes. 42, 41, 40, 39, 38. So try that if it's not making sense as 1 digit, especially when you have to go from 0 to 9. Because when you're going down, the next one, just like when you count down from, say, 30, 29 is going to be right under 30. It's going to be like 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. In this case, we're at 40, 41, 40, 39, 38. So when you go below, just know the 0 is going to turn back into a 9, but it's going to affect the number next to it. So it's going to go 41, 40, 39, 38. And same when you're going up too. It's going to, sometimes you've got to think about both digits. All right, I think that's enough for you guys, at least to give you a head start. So please, on page 22, do the whole thing today, page 22.